Anyway, guys, how do I make it full screen?
Corners in the upper right.
Okay.
You're going to see a box that's 4 corners.
4 corners, upper right.
Options.
Poland's giving me extra time. All right, I'm here to talk to you guys. I'm Jeremy Bernstein. I'm the team lead and game director for a game called Social Clues. And this is what you all waited for, right? Best for last. This is edutainment at its finest, okay? I want to start by stressing that this is a game for children with autism, players with autism. And those with autism have impaired social interaction, impaired communication. So this is a game where we really want to focus. Our main objective is getting our player to work on these skill sets and to really get better, particularly on social interaction. So it's a game that has a dual purpose. And everything about this game, everything on the left side that you see, all of these gaming components, have a rationale on the right side, which is a learning component. So what this really is it's kind of a beautiful blend between therapy and entertainment. And to give you an idea what the game is really about, it's kind of a marriage between Monkey Island and Brain Age. So everyone knows Monkey Island? Hands up, people games, yes, love it, okay. So Monkey Island is an interactive narrative, right, that is a story-driven interactive narrative, and these dialogue trees make impacts on how the story progresses. So the same thing would be true for our game. It's an interactive narrative where you have all of these dialogue trees, you talk with characters, but these are actually puzzles and exercises for our players because children with autism have trouble communicating. So like Brain Age, the more they play these puzzles, the more they interact like this, actually the better they're getting at these behaviors. And so it's really a complex, powerful therapy tool that's in the guise of a video game. And it's only going to be as strong as the artwork and all of the gameplay that overlays that therapy. The other really important detail is that for players, they're going to get diagnostics at the end of the level, much like in Angry Birds where you get a star review, right? You score 1 through 3, 5, whatever. But parents and therapists are going to get a really powerful set of diagnostics and analytics that tells them how the player is doing, where they're improving, comprehension, emotional awareness, etc. Well, let's get to what we all really want to see, which is the art direction, right? And talk about the design. So these are our characters. This is Pete and Kate, who learned that their real names are participate and communicate. These are, of course, the main functions we want our player to focus on. But they are part of the Mum family. The Mum family never speaks. They come home, they just surf the web, watch TV, they never communicate. Well, guess what? Now they're going to learn that they have to do this. And why? Because all of their toys have been stolen. They've lost them. And at each level, we need to look for either clues to find the lost toy, or we need to find the lost toys themselves. So let's take a look at our game world here. And you'll see it's highly stylized, right? Bright colors, cartoony characters, and 2.5D. And the reason for this isn't just because we love this style, but it's because all of this has been chosen specifically for our player. They need bright colors to focus their attention. They need characters that are really simple and organic, right? And so if you notice here, we've got a stylized map, and you can see all of these fun houses really pop, right? You know exactly where to go, what to do, what to click on. Here are some sample locations, and you'll see that these are slightly wonkified, if you will, versions of reality, right? That's because we want them to know sort of the environment they're playing in, and that this is a real world scenario, but also be engaging and really pretty and fun, so they want to keep playing. Here are some sample characters. And you'll see all of these characters have really big expressions, big emotive eyes, big heads. And they're all based loosely on simple shapes. It might be a combination of 2 circles or 2 sets of squares, trapezoids, triangles, etc. But again, it makes it much more easier to digest and understand. And character emotions. This is so important because children with autism have trouble reading expressions, understanding emotions, understanding how other people feel and their perspectives. So every character is going to have these really fun, vibrant expressions that they'll also have to choose from in order to start a conversation and navigate through it. Here are some color keys. You see some really bright, fun colors, as well as maybe some scenarios our players will get into. Here's the 3D environments. This game is 2.5D, so that means we've got 3D backgrounds, but then we've got 2D characters and sprites walking on top of that. And so you see it's kind of bright pastel-y colors, but everything is really easy to read and navigate. Here's another level. This would be the schoolroom, the classroom, but it's unmodeled. And I want to note that if you see here, all of the textures are also going to be hand-drawn. So it gives a really illustrative look and feel to this. So it really pops and feels like a 2D animated film. Throughout, we'll have comic cutscenes so that you can see basically certain sequences. Sequencing is very important for children with autism. Cause and effect, how things happen, but it also helps to initiate the prompt as to why players are in the situation that they are. And we have a playable demo. We did a proof of concept, and these are some screenshots from that. But that's something that if everyone wanted to try out, I can send you a link, or we can play it after this presentation. But you see how here's Pete choosing from a set of expressions, and needs to figure out how Amy is feeling, who's crying and upset. And then maybe figure out how to start a conversation and work through it. So our needs for this project are pretty demanding just because it's so 2D based that it really comes down to all of the artists, you guys in this room, making this thing breathe and live and pop. And so we need, first and foremost, an art director, someone who, if this vision, this 2D style speaks to you and you think, wow, that's exactly the kind of work I want to do, this project's perfect for you because really this to me is a 2D artist's dream project. You get to bring this world to life and really see these characters interact. We also need concept artists, character designers, 2D animators, background artists. It's not up there, but 3D artists to help build the levels, UI artists, texture artists, etc. But that is Social Clues, social learning through interactive games. Woo! Thank you.